Hey, welcome to Workplaces. I'm going to give you an example that is from a third grade class, Unit 2, Module 1, Session 5, if you really must know, but the information I'm going to give you is going to be general overview and will apply to any of the workplaces. So let's get started. Alright, games. Really, that's what workplaces are. When I say workplaces, you say games. When I say workplaces, you say games. Workplaces are the work engine of Bridges. They're a very important part of what you do inside the Bridges curriculum. These engaging games help students learn targeted skills in fun and cooperative ways. With thought and planning, these will be an exciting and important part of your Bridges program. So, for workplaces to be successful, here's what you need to know. You need to know the games, and you need to know them pretty well. So you're going to always want to look ahead, learn the game before you have to teach it. You need to prepare all materials and keep them in boxes. I'm going to help you with that a little bit. When we meet in person, I will show you exactly what that looks like. So you need to know how to interpret your teacher guide about when you will be using workplaces. And you will need to know, well, here's the biggie. Get your class ready to play independently. Have a plan for small groups. Have a system for transitions, cleanup, and storage. And have a system for storing your games. Now, I've already walked you through the small group rotation. So now we're looking specifically at workplaces as one of those stations. So these are the things you're going to want to have happen inside that workstation. And I just want to point out again, like learning centers, this is a 3-group rotation, 20 minutes each. So if you had a smaller class, like a third grade class of 24, this could be really workable for you. Might be a little more difficult with a larger class. If you had 4th and 5th grade, you could get up to like 35 students in a classroom, and this would be a little bit more difficult. So you might want to go to the 4-group rotation. Alright, so let's play a game. Let's take a look. Here we go. Alright, inside a game bin. So every classroom should have these plastic bins. Inside your bins, you're going to want to put like some pencils, some nice sharp with erasers. If they don't have erasers on them, put some erasers inside the box, because otherwise your students are going to be coming bugging you about erasers. So get it on there. And you see that tag on top? Well, that tells you the game that's inside, and it correlates to the student log, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But this is a workplace game bin, and I'm going to do another video for you that's just a little more specific on the bins themselves, but I just wanted you to get an idea of like what could be inside a bin, and this is partly what what you will see. See these orange papers that I have right here? These are the sentence starters. So students who were having a little bit more difficulty understanding concepts, working with the language around the math lesson, these sentence starters would be very helpful in differentiation. And then you have some manipulatives, like I grabbed a couple of spinners here for this particular game. And if you don't have spinners, the thing to use is a pencil and a paper clip, where you put the pencil point down inside the paper clip, and then the paper clip can spin. So get creative. Alright, let's take a look at the rules. So you see there's a link, teacher-led directions. That'll be available when you get this slide deck, so you'll be able to click on that. Inside my workplace, I have several things, and there's more than just this, but I'm going to narrow it down. And like I said, I'm going to show you what the bins, more about the bins in another little video that'll follow this one. But see how I took the envelope over here and I labeled it Bridges, Grade 3, Unit 3. The game is 3A, and the name of the game. And you don't have to necessarily have the name, but it's kind of helpful because it corresponds, to the information that's inside your Bridges. So the cool part about this is next year when I go to put this game together, I've already got it all ready to go and I don't have to do a thing because I will have my teacher directions here on the yellow sheet, I will have my student directions on the green sheet, and I will have my sentence frames on this orange sheet. So I'm ready to go for the next year. There are other papers that I will have to produce that will also go into the bin, and I'll show you what those are in a minute. But these three things can be pre-created, and I slip them into plastic sleeves so that while they're inside the bin, the students aren't destroying them, then I don't have to reproduce them. And I thought I would mention this because I think this is pretty cool. You can actually play virtually as well. They don't have to have the games. Like if you've got a group that are having problems behaving during the use of manipulatives especially, put them on the virtual games where they're on their computers. And there's the link. You'll have this when I give you the slide deck. But they can earn back the privilege of getting to play with the actual manipulatives. But this is a workaround, a little bit of differentiation for you. All right, let's talk student portfolio. So every unit has a workplace log, and so these you're going to want to reproduce enough for each student to have. And you could have a folder or you could have a packet. I put these on the outside so that the students can see, what games there are to play. And you can see how there's 3 boxes on each one. And what that means is that the students should play those games at least 3 times. So some of them are games, some of them are actual, like here's personal practice. So that would be work inside the student book. And then there's a computer activity, right? That might be their map accelerator. And then working with the teacher. So you can see how these can be used in the small group rotation. So students will carry this with them as they're working through their day of rotation. All right, and then I like to gamify my bridges. So if you're into that too, I made some templates for you. They are available on the math website. And I've got teacher versus students, which is a great way to introduce the games where you get up in front of the class and it's you versus the whole class. And this kind of gamifies it so that it's more interesting. And you teach the game to the students, whole class. And then the next day, maybe you do students versus students. This gamifies it, making it like a tug of war. Maybe it's like, this half of the class is group number 1, the other half is group number 2. Let's play tug of war. And now you play the game again, but now it's students versus students. So that on the 3rd day, the students can actually play the game inside the rotation by themselves and should know how to play it independently of you. So these are just some ideas for you. Okay, it's time to move on to the next video. See you in the next one.